What's good, my brother? Got Yeah Right in the house early in the morning. Cloudy, rainy, Rochester, New York, Monday. In other words, how the weather is 280 plus days a year. Little bit of scenery, Rochester, New York. For those not familiar, this is the South Wedge neighborhood, also called Swillsburg. Used to be pig farms back in the days, taking it back probably at least 100 years. What's good? King, coming through. Thank you for logging in, tuning in. Your old neighborhood, no doubt. Cool. Yep, this is 490. 490 West. Let's take you on a little bit of a little mini Rochester tour. Look at this guy. He's towing a nice little fishing boat there, huh? Let's go on a little tour. I'm gonna talk about something too that's on my mind. YouTube is a funny place. Man, your own fans will turn on you so fucking quick. Oh well, that comes with the territory, I guess. So I really shouldn't be surprised. Got a fan from Florida. Master Teacher. Olaroon, yeah, right, says he's... Look, hold on. Says he's moving slow today. Look at these fucking crooks right here. Look. Parking Authority, Rochester, New York. Crooks. Absolute fucking crooks. Good morning, Davy V from David D. What's good, Donald? Oh, no, David, I'm sorry. I misread the profile name. Duh, you just said David. I apologize, my brother. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, right, says thieves. That's what they're doing. Not too much different than these prostitutes I've been exposing. Look at this, look at this. Not too much different than these prostitutes I've been exposing on the channel, which brings me back to how quickly fans turn on you. I got a fan from Florida. You know, he's been a loyal, faithful fan, but obviously he wasn't feeling one of the videos I posted yesterday, which shows a prostitute getting into a vehicle. David, no problem, my friend. I hate that construction down there. Oh, yeah, this is crazy. Where you tuning in from, David? Oh, I done hit the fucking camera. Sorry, guys, girls. This is downtown, Maine and Clinton. Anyways, a fan had a problem with a video I posted. Henrietta. Ooh, okay. We neighbors. Thank you for tuning in, my man. So a fan had a problem with the one video I posted last night that a business owner on Lowell Avenue sent me. By the way, a business owner who has children. A business owner whose children can't play in the backyard of his shop. Who can't really visit his shop without seeing syringes and used condoms. Because these prostitutes are turning tricks right in the back of his shop. Because these prostitutes are turning tricks right in front of Rochester, New York Public Library. A block, not even a block, next to his shop. But a fan had an issue with a video I posted saying, how do I know that was a prostitute? Well, I learned two things yesterday. I learned how quickly fans can turn on you, quote unquote fans. And I also learned that apparently, obviously, a lot of you must not follow my channel, you know, religiously, so to speak, for lack of a better way of putting it. Because anyone, and again, I'm not saying all of you, but obviously there are some of you who, I don't know, maybe you come on here for different reasons. You know, maybe it just piques your interest. Who is this bald-headed Cuban guy. They out there all day, LOL, everywhere in Rochester. Absolutely, my brother. So, you know, I guess people come to my channel for different reasons, right? I mean, that's what YouTube is about. And I know I have some dedicated, loyal fans who truly know my story, who truly know what I've been through at the hands of the Rochester, New York Police Department. I even have law enforcement officers who are big fans of the channel. Some of them have stopped me in public and actually praised my work. But I guess there's some folks who don't follow the channel as closely as I thought they did. Because if they followed the channel as closely as I thought they did, they would realize that A, the prostitute issue in Rochester, New York is in my old neighborhood. Specifically the 14611, 14608 area code. Zip code, I'm sorry. This is my old neighborhood where I grew up. Where a prostitute one day got into a car who was driven none other than my father and my mom on the way to Wegmans on Lowell Avenue, stopped at a red light. A prostitute opened the rear door of the car and hopped in. I guess she thought my dad and my mom were gonna pick her up to do a gangbang. I don't know. To run a train or something. If you follow my channel, I'm going to ask you a favor, please. If you don't know my story, and if you're not willing to pause, yes, David, she just jumped in. It was in the mid-'80s. I'll never forget the story. My mom never really learned how to drive. She was an old school, you know, kind of typical housewife back in the days, you know, different time. Not too independent, unfortunately, you know, but she took care of us, stayed home. And my dad basically was the one that drove. So my dad was driving and she was in the passenger seat. And they were headed to Wegmans in Gates, New York, which if you know Lowell Avenue, it's on Lowell Avenue. Just past Rochester, the city line there. And the prostitute jumped in the back seat. That's how desperate they are. That was in the 80s. Nowadays, they're absolutely desperate, which is exactly why I've been shining a light and putting a spotlight on the issue and how bad it is. When you got prostitutes, this is a message for Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren. When you have prostitutes earning tricks right outside your own public library doors, you have an issue, Mayor. When you have business owners who come home, who come to work and open their shops and find used syringes and condoms, you have a problem, Mayor. What are you doing about the issue, Mayor Warren? I'm gonna get off here in a minute, but please do me a favor. If you follow my channel, and if you claim to support what I do, and support the work that I do, and the things that I'm passionate about, please think, use common sense before you post a comment questioning if someone is really a prostitute or not. What the fuck do you expect them to have a fucking black shirt with big white letters saying prostitute on the back? Again, it's not about bashing these women who have addictions, but at the same time, they are part of the reason. They still have the police station on J Street? Yeah, they still have it. That's where they congregate and eat donuts and drink fucking coffee all day. It's still there, ain't nothing changed. These are the same women, and some are men, male prostitutes. Let's not forget there's male prostitutes out there, who are fueling Rochester, New York's drug trade. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's a vicious cycle. They're cogs on a wheel. And that wheel spins. The prostitute turning tricks. Who are the Johns? mostly middle-aged white men from the suburbs who come into the city, who pick these prostitutes up, who give them money, who in turn, these prostitutes use that money to go buy drugs, which in turn continues to fuel the drug cycle. They're cogs on a wheel. The RPD knows this. Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren knows this. So please, if you follow my channel, just seems to show they ignore the situation since the police are that close. Absolutely. Well, I put a video up a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you guys, girls, remember. Hey, leave my soon-to-be wives alone. Just kidding. What's good, Nord? What's good, my brother? Hold on. Let me pause here for the emergency. Listen, if you follow my channel, please think before you post a comment. What's good, Nord? Please think. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I appreciate each and every one of you. But why would you question if somebody is a prostitute or not? Like you expect them to have a black shirt with big white letters that say prostitute on it. Do me a favor, especially if you're not from the Rochester, New York area, or even if you are from the Rochester, New York area, don't question someone who knows this neighborhood like the back of my hand. Think before you say or act. Absolutely, my brother. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please don't misunderstand my morning rant. But if you don't really know my work, which obviously some folks don't, and I don't mean that bad. Obviously, some people still don't get what I stand for and what this channel and what I'm about. So if you don't know my work, please just take a pause before you comment and question my work. And if you don't agree with my work, unsubscribe and please don't come back on the channel. I mean, honestly. There's a reason these prostitute videos are really piquing folks' interest. I'm not going to get into because I don't want to bash or chastise anyone. I have some ideas of why these videos are appealing to you, to many of you viewers. I'll keep those reasons to myself at this point, but I have a pretty good idea. There's several reasons, but I got an overall idea. This is my old neighborhood right here. See this street coming up? See this light? This is Child Street. From the time I was almost 10 years old to the time I was in my mid-20s, this has been my neighborhood. See the memorial right there on the top, on the left corner right there at the pole? That's the memorial for the young man, 22 years old, Anthony Lawson, who was gunned down. You guys, some of you remember the live video I made. Me and my man, yeah, right. Shout out to you, my brother. Lowell Avenue, my old neighborhood. A neighborhood infested with prostitution and drugs. Here we are, Lowell and Mary. Again, not about chastising or bashing anyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. But to be honest, I learned a lot yesterday when someone who I thought was a fan and a follower and a supporter would question me in a video that I uploaded to my channel. Somebody who doesn't live in Rochester. And even if they did live in Rochester at some point, at some point, somebody who's definitely not here. And there we go. it begins. It begins. Rochester, New York. It's raining, so they might not be out right now, but let's take a little drive. There's the library right here on the right. And there's the cops right there. Cops up and down all day long. And most often they just ride right by them. I'll shut up for a minute. We'll just go for a little ride. Who's hanging with me? Who we got on here? Who's hanging out with Davy V TV Live? Master Teacher still with me. That's my brother, ride or die right there. Morning, DJ Duke. Hey, from the UK, what's good? What's good, my man? We got UK in the motherfucking house. This is Glide Street. We're on Glide. We're gonna take a little cut right here on Freeland. Freeland Street. Is it a Freeland? Y'all riding with me. Just sit back, enjoy. If you drink coffee, get your coffee out. You're having tea, get your tea out. Whatever your drink is. Except beer. It's too early to drink beer. Unless you're in the UK, then maybe it's the right time. Waldo Street. Waldo. Who remembers Waldo? Davy V for president. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that, my brother. Muchas gracias. We'll get signs done today, Spanish and English. Davy V para presidente 2020. Davy V for president 2020. I think I got a hell of a chance, to be honest with you. Of course you do. Thank you, Angel. I know I got your vote. Actually, I'm going to ask this cop. We're going to ask a cop right now on Davy V TV. We're going to ask him right now. Oh, he went right by. Let's see if we can stop that cop. We're gonna ask a cop what are they doing today about the that cop Ghost. Did he see me? He must have seen Davy V. He was out. Somebody said I got a good vote. Who? Stop. Master Teacher said stop. No, I was gonna ask him a serious question. What's going on? What are they doing? Maybe we see my my friend Officer Radke. Here they go right here. Too deep on the left. See him? Too deep. One in front of the other. Let's go down Murray Street. West Side, Murray. I used to ride my bike right over these tracks. Watch these tracks right here. I actually got jumped on the tracks when I was like 12 and got my brand new Sigma. Who remembers Huffy Sigma BMX? Who remember that bike? Who remembers a Huffy Sigma? I got jumped when I was 12, 13 years old by like 10 kids. and got my bike stolen. Master teacher laughing and shit. Why you laughing, my brother? That shit was not funny, bro. That shit hurt. It hurt in more ways than one. I absolutely remember Sigma. My brother, yeah, right, remembers him. I got jumped so hard, I forgot I had a bike. I forgot I had a bike. I thought I was walking, actually, after they took the bike. That's how hard I got rocked. And actually, all jokes aside, that was one, not the first, but that was one. I'll tell you a little story real quick. That was one of my first memories where I realized that many cops just don't give a fuck. So my dad called the police, right? As any concerned parent would do, right? Any concerned parent who, you know, had some faith. Oh, damn, wasn't laughing at that at all. It's all good, bro. As any parent that has some faith in the system, right? My dad called the police. And, you know, this is before my dad saw what the RPD was really all about. But he called the police, and I kid you not, the cop's response was, I'm not going to get the bike. And I skipped a major part of the story. What happened is that somebody had told my dad, hey, Davy's bike is on Kensington or Kendrick Avenue off Genesee Street. So naturally, my dad called the police and said, hey, my son got jumped earlier, and here's where the bike is. You know, somebody's seen it. And the cop basically said, I'm not going to get the bike. So long story short, my dad and a couple of his friends from J Street, shout out to Lewis. Look, here's it. Revenue generating right here, early in the morning. Revenue generating. Rochester, New York, police. Oh no, they don't have anyone pulled over. They must be in a house. I thought they had a car pulled over. So basically, that's one of the first times that I realized cops just don't give a fuck. So my dad basically got a couple of his friends in the car, left. They wouldn't let me come along. True story. They said, you stay here. I stayed on my porch, and I kid you not, less than half hour later, my dad and his friends rolled up in my dad's old Chevy station wagon. And guess what was in the back? Anyone want to take a guess what was in the back? Uh-oh. Hold on. Don't swerve over here. The bike was in the back. That's right. Yep. The bike. True story. Where sometimes, unfortunately, you know, we realized at that point, yep, the cops just didn't give a fuck. Anyways, shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to my good friends across the pond supporting me, supporting this channel, logging in, tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. More videos coming soon. I'm trying to get my man, Yeah Right, to collab with me. Hint, 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 hint. And make some videos. He's a good brother. He's just very busy. Shout out to everyone. Love each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. And again, please, please, if you truly don't know too much about me or this channel, get to know me better. Get to know the channel better. There's 900 plus videos. 900 plus videos on this channel. Love y'all. Peace.